The illusion of choice. It's probably the biggest illusion out there in front of all of our eyes. I wanted to share with you here some work by Dystopian Resistance and some of the graphs that he's put together. As you can see here, in 1983, 90% of the American media was owned by 50 companies. By 2011, that same 90% was controlled by only 6 companies. And you're looking at them. All of you have seen these names before, familiar with all of them. Time Warner, CBS, Viacom, Disney, News Corp, and GE. That shows you the global domination by a handful over billions. Check this out. When you want to talk about the illusion of choice, you can see right here that all of these different brands funnel back to the same Big 10 companies. All of them there. Now, when going on, and I'll leave a link so you guys can check out all this stuff, you can see that only 232 media executives control the information of 277 million Americans. That's one media exec to every 850,000 subscribers. That's enough to buy every NFL team 12 times, and 5 times the government bailout of General Motors. You can also see here 10 large American financial institutions that hold 54% of America's total financial assets. And all of you should be familiar with these names: Citigroup, JP Morgan, Bank of America. And look at this in comparison to the population ratio of civilian employment that has dropped and the Reserve Bank's credit that has skyrocketed. Absolutely ridiculous. Some of these charts and numbers are mind-blowing. And that's just the point. You need to see them. Realize what's really going on out here. This is a good one. Cereal box psychology. Why is Captain Crunch looking down at my child? Well, as the studies show, a lot of these are set up and designed to do just that. Catch the attention of the child, of the buyer. As you can see, the more adult brands are put up on a higher level and designed to make eye contact with an adult range. The kids are always put on the lower shelves, and they put them on the shelves in such as to where they're either looking up at them or looking right at them, in a sense, to catch their attention. And it just goes to show how far they will go to grab your mind. This is a good one here showing the seed industry all the way up to 2008, and you can see the giants of DuPont and Monsanto continuing to just bulldoze everything. You can also see here that the world military spending in 2013, that between the United States and China alone, they spent more than anyone else. Russia, only 5. Saudi Arabia, France, Britain, not really doing much. But the United States on the move. Look here at this second page, and I'll leave links because there's some good reads here. If you look at the countries with high-speed broadband, all these countries, look at South Korea, the megabits per second downloads and the price they pay. Cheap. Japan, the UK, France, everybody's making out. When you get to the United States and Canada, we are getting ripped off, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see they've stonewalled us right here at right around 50. Well, we're not getting any more than that. It's all set up in a structure. It's a game that's rigged, and they're making us pay out the wazoo. Out the wazoo. Higher than anyone else out there because we're stuck in a slave system. This whole game. And that's part of waking up out of this illusion. As you can see right here, this is the state imprisonment rate per 100,000 residents. Very interesting graph. And you can see where we have come to from 1978. And like I said, I will leave links so you guys can read the rest of these articles that are in here. They're interesting. And another good one here on how many people in the UK thought that, more than 5,000 people actually have died in Iraq. Most people thought that only 5,000 or fewer have died when the more factual number is over a million. All of these numbers and facts out there get distorted by the mainstream media, and it's something that I wanted to put out there. Um, you know, a breath of fresh air, if you will, of some facts and some truth of what's really going on, and letting everybody out there know that, yeah, this is a big illusion of choice. Because whether you think you're grabbing Skittles, a Monster, a Fanta, a Pepsi, um, Cheerios, all this, all funneling back to the same people. And it's going to continue this way as long as the structure remains the same. So, just some information I want to share with you guys. And just to be aware next time you're out at the grocery store, walking down the cereal aisle, think about it. Have a look. This has been Dabu7. Eyes open.